racers at Talladega Superspeedway.
Talladega was designed for extremely high speeds.
Drivers, start your engines.
99 winners making history on NASCAR's longest and fastest track.
Today, Buddy Baker beat the master of Talladega.
Legends of the road, etching their names in racing lore, from Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt comes down and will take his 10th career victory at Talladega.
A record 10 wins to Junior, 4 straight at Victory Lane.
200.096 miles an hour.
It's Buddy Baker breaking the 200-mile-an-hour barrier.
Trouble, the big one. Dillon gets turned around into the middle of the pack.
Oh, Logano's in it.
And the big one on the boulevard.
Oh, no! He turns it. No!
Dale Earnhardt Jr. Checkered flag at Talladega.
This is Talladega, where winner number 100 gets crowned on Sunday afternoon. Your countdown to the Geico 500 starts now.
CBS 42 presents Fast Times at Dega, part of the Pepsi Spring Sports Series.
Well, at this point, there is nothing left to do but get the race cars on the track on Sunday afternoon for the Geico 500. Some folks have been here 10 days, they didn't leave. Some folks since Sunday, they didn't leave. Some folks since Friday, like Chris Wrinkle, who's been here 31 straight hours. This guy's obsessed with Talladega. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, because you know what? It's pretty easy to see why people love this place so much.
There's something special about it, the 50th anniversary. Really, Chris, I just wanted to get a good feel for this. So last night I got to participate in Big One on the Boulevard. For those of you at home, if you don't know, our sports office is littered with artifacts that we've collected.
That's next.
I think this should be next. This is the official's jersey that I wore to judge the...
Why is it not dirty? You said barbecue.
I think I got most of the barbecue sauce off. It was barbecue pit wrestling, and I was the official. I think I got most of it off it.
You must go to a good laundromat. That's good.
It smells all right. It still smells okay. So this is going up in the office.
No officiating needed today at the qualifying, because all they're doing is going one at a time. See who can go the fastest they possibly can to get that pole in. You know, the person who wins the pole doesn't usually do too well the next day. Well, Austin Dillon better really hope that he's not a guy who believes in a jinx, because he wins the pole for the first time at Talladega today, and it was really close, less than a 1/10 of a second over Eric Almirola. So Dillon, does he believe in the jinx or not? I guess we're going to find out tomorrow.
I don't know. All I know is everybody here knows we have a fast car, and that's usually a good thing to create that momentum for tomorrow. People want to work with you. The race is going to be nuts, you know. I mean, qualifying position isn't as important here, but you do get the first pit stall, which is nice. So we'll hopefully beat him off pit road a couple times.
So everyone's going after Mr. Dillon. It is also his birthday. We want to wish him a happy birthday for that one, sitting on the pole. Not too shabby. But Joey Logano's a guy who won last year in the spring race. He's going to be going after Mr. Dillon, and he's one to watch this weekend. And there's been so many things that they have changed with NASCAR rule changes just for this race and this year. Not doing the restrictor plates anymore. They have bigger spoilers on because 6 cars in practice went over 200 miles an hour. So even though Joey Logano's won here a few times, no one knows what to expect.
It's something that neither one of us are confident in, right? I mean, we go to Richmond, I could tell you, well, this is probably the things we're going to fight, and they can tell me, well, with the new rules, we're going to probably fight this stuff as well. Well, here, I've never raced anything with a spoiler this big, and neither have they. And so how is this draft going to work, right? And none of us really know.
Brad Keselowski has more wins at Talladega than any other active driver. He is going to be the Goliath in this one. The question is, can there be a David? Can one of the young guys shock everybody and beat the expectations? Keselowski says this track, as much as it is how you drive, it's also a mental war.
What's funny is whatever the sentiment is today, the race will be the opposite, because all the drivers are listening, and if you say they're going to wreck everybody, then they'll all get scared and they won't run tight and wreck each other. And if you say, oh, it'll be just fine, then they'll run over each other. So it tends to go inverse of whatever the sentiment is of the week.
8 victories between those last 2 sound bites you saw. Everybody's always looking for the next big thing in NASCAR. Well, how about one homegrown talent? He's still young, but he's got a chance to be something, and everybody around here will know his name eventually. Simone Eli has that story.
Brett Holmes is no stranger to Dega.
I feel like we have something to prove here. You know, it's a big deal for me and my family and the people across the road that I grew up with for us to do well here.
Across the road at the Talladega short track, Holmes fell in love with racing at just 8 years old under the watchful eye of his father, Stacy.
He started out racing when he was about 20 years old at the dirt track across the road, and I came along sometime and grew up watching him race, just kind of born into it.
Dirt tracks are in the rear view as Holmes' dedication and success has catapulted his career to the big stage in the ARCA Series.
Our first race at Talladega was a little bit of a growing pain thing because it was my first super speedway race. It was my first time ever going this fast, so it was a whole learning experience for me, and we still got a top 10 that day.
As if full-time racing isn't enough, Holmes doubles as a full-time student at Auburn, where he'll soon graduate with a degree in building science.
It is a tough workload for sure. It's just all about time management, and definitely don't have a whole lot of free time, but it's a tough to balance both. But I think more so than anything, mentally is the biggest challenge, going from that to this.
But this is Holmes' passion, where he hopes the long hours of hard work can soon be seen on an even bigger stage.
I want to make it in NASCAR. I mean, that's always been my goal. I've not had a set goal where I wanted to make it there. We're right there. You know, if I can perform here, I can move up. That would be my ultimate goal and dream, is to make it to one of the top 3 series in NASCAR.
At Dega, Simone Eli, CBS 42 Sports.
Well, Brett Holmes would love to have the pedigree that Jimmy Johnson has right now. 7-time Cup Series champ, 83 victories. He knows how to pace himself, so he trains, he pushes. Well, guess what? He's also an avid runner, and he has been training for the Boston Marathon. Ran it a few weeks ago, and he told me yesterday it was the hardest thing he has ever done, and wanted to challenge himself. And about halfway through that race, he had a little internal battle with himself.
I had a few arguments with myself along the way that, look, you just need to enjoy this and take it all in. So there was definitely a mental battle going on through the course of the 26 miles, but just extremely painful, and then just the most amazing experience I think I've had. To have 2 million people cheering, it's just an environment I've never been in before.
So this is the 50th anniversary of Talladega Superspeedway, and really all year long since the fall race, they've been undergoing a transformation on the infield, and phase 1 is done, but they're not done quite yet. Connor Gasquet takes us through the facelift of the track.
If you spend some time at Talladega Superspeedway this weekend, take a good look at all the buildings along the front stretch side of the infield. They'll start a construction project after race weekend is over that'll wipe out more than half the buildings along this stretch to pave the way for something better. Grant Lynch will wave the checkered flag on his NASCAR career later this year, but the longtime Talladega chairman is supervising one more major project. It started with a new oversized tunnel that opened this week.
Ironic that the biggest infield in motorsports is the last one to get a full-size tunnel, but we've got it.
And it's just the first piece of a bigger project called Transformation, $50 million worth of renovations to the infield.
To me, Talladega is already the best fan experience. When you come here, you can hang out. It's just a good time. And, you know, now for all the improvements that we're seeing, it's just going to make it even better. So I'm looking forward to coming back in the fall and seeing the complete renovation.
That renovation will look like this, the Talladega Garage Experience. It's a fan zone with games, picnic areas, big screens, and plenty of food and drink. But the biggest attraction is the Open Air Social Club, sitting right in the middle of 2 new NASCAR garages.
And you're going to be partying in between the top 22 teams in the sport every time they come to Talladega. They're going to line up. We're going to put the people in the locker room of the sport, and you're going to be in the middle of it at this party zone.
It's the latest way to spice up the party at a place that knows how to party like nowhere else. Construction on the infield improvements begins after race weekend is over. Track leaders expect the project to be completed in time for the playoff race in October. Back to you.
They're keeping the history and they're moving forward with progression. That's what you want to do, and history could be made if Eric Almirola can get another victory just like last fall. And Eric going to join us on the set next to talk about the weekend, his chances, and why his family loves the infield at Talladega. We'll be right back.
Getting ready to work in your yard? Going out of town this weekend? Or simply doing some spring cleaning to welcome your new Honda? Get a great deal on a new Honda Civic at Honda's Dream Garage Spring Event. The Honda Civic was named a KBB.com Best Buy for 2019. Hurry in to Honda's Dream Garage Spring Event.
I'm Attorney Alexander Shannon. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Alabama.
You're watching CBS 42, local coverage you can count on.
Hey man, what are you doing today?
Playing the game. Thought I'd go out for a drive later, maybe. Text some friends while I'm doing it. Scroll through social media. Kill a family 4 and a head on collision.
Cool, man.
Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
I'm Charles Tyler Clark. If you're disabled and can't work, you need Social Security benefits. In fact, you've earned the right to receive them. We understand the process to file can be difficult, and a mistake could set you back weeks. That's why we handle the process for you, from answering questions to completing paperwork to filing the appeal. We fight for you every step of the way. So don't give up and don't delay. Call us and let us do what we do best. Fight for what you deserve.
Need a morning victory? Get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles, sausage McMuffin with egg, or the new chicken McGriddles. Any two for just $4. Hot and tasty, fast and easy. That's breakfast at McDonald's.
What's the secret of Clyde Mays whiskey? Maybe it's the high-quality ingredients and notes of dried apple that give it its smooth Alabama-style flavor. Or maybe it's not something, but someone, a family man, who did things the right way, whether he was caring for his kin or crafting his whiskey. So, perhaps the secret in every sip of Clyde Mays whiskey is Clyde May himself.
Inside Talladega Race Weekend is sponsored by Clyde Mays, the preferred spirit of Talladega Superspeedway. You're watching Fast Times at Dega, part of the Pepsi Spring Sports Series.
Well, October of 2018 will always be a special moment for Eric Almirola here at Talladega. His second victory on the NASCAR circuit, and what do you know? Here he is with us on our set. Eric, how close were you today to getting that pole? Less than a tenth of a second?
Yeah, it's faster than the blink of an eye. Really, I mean, it's incredible how close the margins are, and but it's a great starting spot for us. You know, the competitor inside me is frustrated and disappointed that we didn't get the pole, but it's a great starting spot for us, and starting up front here at Talladega is a big deal. It matters.
Because you know the history about the pole, right?
No, I
don't. The person who has won the pole here has not won in at least 15 years the next day. So are you into jinxes?
No, I'm not, but that is a great
good for
stat.
you.
That's a great stat.
So Austin's in trouble and you're not.
Potentially. Yeah, potentially. All records are made to be broken. So yeah, I don't believe a whole lot in that stuff, but hey, you can't deny the details, right?
So you guys, you're staying with your wife Janice, Alex, and Abby, your two kids. You're staying right next to the big playground RV lot. Your kids love that, don't they?
Yeah, they do. The biggest problem with that is when they wake up first thing in the morning, you know, they look out the window and they see the playground, and so they're in a hurry to hurry up, get their pajamas off, scarf breakfast, and out the door to the playground. So, but it's great. You know, we love coming here. It's a great family atmosphere, at least in our motorhome lot, and it's just a lot of fun to bring the kids here. They love playing on the playground. You know, they spend probably 10-12 hours of the day outside running around, throwing the football, playing kickball, and just really enjoy it.
Being on the road a lot, you got to have a family who's willing to sacrifice. What do you tell your kids when you guys are all on the road so much together, trying to live a normal life? What do you tell them?
It's hard, and I think the biggest challenge for Janice and I is to keep our kids grounded. You know, I mean, we fly around on private airplanes going from track to track because that's a necessity. We can't rely on the commercial airlines to make sure that we're on time. We can't afford to miss practice or miss a race or miss a media engagement or miss a sponsor engagement. You know, so we fly. You know, we fly when we need to, and we fly on private airplanes. And so, you know, and we come and do things like this, and I walk out on pit road, and you know, the red carpet is literally rolled out for us to go to driver introductions. And so that is a major challenge for us, and it's something that my wife and I talk about a lot, is just making sure that we raise our kids right and try and keep them grounded and make sure that we stay humble. And the biggest and best way that I know to do that is by being a good representation of that.
That's a good role model for everybody to have. Good luck tomorrow. Number 2 is going to be a good thing for you, maybe.
Right.
We're feeling it.
Hopefully I'll see you somewhere around here.
Right here.
Tomorrow afternoon.
We'll find out, and we'll be right back after this.
Designed for exhilarating performance. Designed for your every move. This is the 7-passenger Acura MDX. Designed for where you drive.
Visit King Acura in Hoover for attractive offers on the MDX.
From time to time, you hear people say, we get our clients too much money. Do they really deserve $1 million after a car wreck? Hundreds of thousands for back pain after an injury? Here's how we think about it. How much would you pay not to have lightning bolts shoot down your leg every day, forever? How much would you pay to be able to golf again, to dance again, to lift your child in the air? I know what my number is, and our clients deserve nothing less. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
How protect what's most important with our family of safety technologies. The 2019 Nissan Rogue comes with automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection standard. Part of Nissan's Safety Shield 360. Protection you won't get from the 2019 CR-V or Equinox. Nissan Rogue, the safety tech you want and more.
Get here today. Save up to $4,000 on Rogue or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Save the tax this April at Beds Express. All month we'll give you a discount equal to the sales tax on your purchase. This Sealy memory foam queen mattress with free adjustable base is only $9.99, and you'll save the tax. Save $200, $300, up to $400 on select Beauty Rest and Sealy Queen mattress sets, and save the tax. Mattress shopping is easy at Beds Express with our 1-year price guarantee, 2-year extended warranty, and 3-year comfort guarantee. Save the tax all April long at Beds Express. We make it easy.
What will you find at Jefferson State? You'll find exciting career options and state-of-the-art technology. You'll find personal attention and hands-on teaching. You'll find credits that transfer to a 4-year university, thousands in tuition savings, and 4 convenient Birmingham area campuses. The smart path to a 4-year degree and so much more. Registration going on now. Visit online or call today. And find your place at Jefferson State.
What's the secret of Clyde Mays whiskey? Maybe it's the high-quality ingredients and notes of dried apple that give it its smooth Alabama-style flavor. Or maybe it's not something, but someone, a family man, who did things the right way, whether he was caring for his kin or crafting his whiskey. So, perhaps the secret in every sip of Clyde Mays whiskey is Clyde May himself.
Inside Talladega Race Weekend is sponsored by Clyde Mays, the preferred spirit of Talladega Superspeedway. You're watching Fast Times at Dega, part of the Pepsi Spring Sports Series.
Weekend without big one on the boulevard going on last night. A huge crowd of people there for all of the fun little events that they have, including the barbecue pit wrestling, which I already mentioned, I got to officiate. Happy to say that we crowned a champion, and I don't know if I'll ever look at barbecue sauce the same way. But all of this kind of makes up Talladega Superspeedway, and for 50 years, there's so many things that go into this place that separates it from the rest of NASCAR. Now, Bill France was the one who had this idea to build a bigger and better racetrack than Daytona. But it wouldn't be in Central Alabama if it wasn't for one local race fan, Bill Ward, who dreamed that maybe his town could be put on the racing map.
For 5 decades, Talladega Superspeedway has been a sanctuary of speed and a cathedral to chaos.
Trouble turn 1, Jimmy Johnson gets nailed, and it's a big one. Half the field is piling up in turn 1.
The unbridled adrenaline of the 500-mile race, the unpredictability of the infield.
200-mile-an-hour, no place else in the world.
For the last 50 years, this stretch of asphalt has produced legends of the sport.
Dale Earnhardt wins it. Earnhardt wins the Winston 500.
But before the crashes and historic moments, before NASCAR's biggest and baddest track dominated the Alabama countryside, it was just the dream of an everyday racing enthusiast from Gadsden, Alabama, Bill Ward.
I was just thrilled to death to think that I talked him into doing something.
Long before NASCAR's best ruled the Central Alabama Raceway, Ward was one of the original masters of racing in Talladega County, running go-karts on an abandoned airstrip on the very ground where the Superspeedway now stands.
And we would come out here and play, but the runway was so rough, it'd take the fillings out of your teeth.
In the 1960s, NASCAR founder Bill France wanted to build a new superspeedway to go along with Daytona. Bill Ward knew of the perfect place, so he made a call.
And he told me, he said, find me 1,000 acres of land, and I'll come back up and look at it. This was just perfect. We had 1,000 acres here, so I called him, told him, I said, I got your land.
While France put the plan into place to build Alabama International Speedway, Ward became his man on the ground. His first task, convincing Talladega City leadership to get on board.
They told me right up front, you're crazy. I said, hell, boy, what they had in mind was like a small quarter-mile dirt track. They could not picture, and well, I couldn't either of this.
When the track was completed in 1969, Ward got the gift he always wanted, and Bill the race fan became Bill the race car driver.
But I loved it. Hell, I'd still do it today if it wasn't for health reasons. And my wife still says, you're still crazy.
The man who helped bring racing to the state of Alabama raced 15 times at Talladega. The last race he watched at the track was the last one he raced in 1975. For 50 years, Talladega Superspeedway has been a part of countless memories to fans across generations. And it all started with the racing enthusiast from Alabama who dreamed of what could be possible.
Because I never dreamed it could amount to this. And it does make me feel proud.
So he doesn't come to the races anymore because he doesn't want to have to deal with long lines or the heat because, you know, he's not a young spring chicken anymore, but he says he watches every single race on his big screen TV at home, and when the race is on, his wife and daughters know, do not disturb me. I need to watch this race. So Bill Ward is going to be watching when the Geico 500 starts on Sunday, but hey, we're going to go back and look back at the last 2 races, the first 2 races here at Talladega Superspeedway of the weekend. Don't go anywhere. Fast Times at Dega. We'll be right back.
Good on you for falling for the one, the only one. Now rent your wedding package from $99.99 or own your look with suit packages at $249.99 and Joe Express suits at $299.99. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Every internet and TV provider promises you their best, but the other guys have that. And this little mark hides some big restrictions, like the fact you have to sign a contract. And they have early termination fees. And that you'll have to pay extra for an internet modem and security software. With Spectrum, you get our best every day, with no contracts, no early termination fees, and dozens of extras free. like a free modem and security suite with Spectrum Internet, delivering more speed more consistently for the best surfing, streaming, and gaming.
Get it now from $89.98 a month with Spectrum TV. Call 833-311-8998.
Then enjoy the best in entertainment with Spectrum TV, with more HD and more free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $89.98 a month with Spectrum Internet. Upgrade to the best. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $89.98 a month. Call 833-311-8998.
Taking the family up to the mountains? Planning a camping trip? Or simply doing some spring cleaning to welcome your new Honda? Get a great deal on a new Honda CR-V at Honda's Dream Garage Spring Event. Honda is the best SUV brand for 2019, according to U.S. News & World Report. Hurry in to Honda's Dream Garage Spring Event.
Have a car? A title? You could get up to $10,000 with TitleMax. Go to TitleMax.com and enter your car year, make, and model. See how much you could get. Check out TitleMax.com for the most cash you need. Check out TitleMax.com and shop us for rates. Check out TitleMax.com. All credit types accepted. Find out why so many people say,
I got my title back with TitleMax.
I got my title back with TitleMax.
Get your title back with TitleMax.
What's the secret of Clyde Mays whiskey? Maybe it's the high-quality ingredients and notes of dried apple that give it its smooth Alabama-style flavor. Or maybe it's not something, but someone, a family man, who did things the right way, whether he was caring for his kin or crafting his whiskey. So, perhaps the secret in every sip of Clyde Mays whiskey is Clyde May himself.
Good on you for falling for the one, the only one. Now rent your wedding package from $99.99 or own your look with suit packages at $249.99 and Joe Express suits at $299.99. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Inside Talladega Race Weekend is sponsored by Clyde Mays, the preferred spirit of Talladega Superspeedway. You're watching Fast Times at Dega, part of the Pepsi Spring Sports Series.
Well, it was the big race today, the Moneyline 300 Xfinity Series, and Tyler Reddick comes away with a win. He is dominating the Xfinity Series right now, but a big question, Breeze. A lot of cautions, a lot of crashes. Is this a precursor for tomorrow?
Very late, too. They kept saying, was that the big one? No, it wasn't. The next one was. Then the next one was. It's going to be fun to watch tomorrow. Yesterday in the ARCA Series, the General Tire 200, a new star may be born. Todd Gilliland has raced just 8 events in his career. Well, he's won 2 of them. And the kid is 18 years old. He should be graduating high school right now. And no, he cannot drink the beer. He can't have that champagne they're spraying all over the place. Couple more years, maybe he'll be in victory lane for the Geico 500. We're going to find out a winner tomorrow evening, and you're going to stay with CBS 42 with all of your coverage for the Geico 500. Who's going to win? Who's going to be feeling great about themselves and make a memory for a lifetime? We'll see you tomorrow.